Trisha, I've got your work up here. Excuse my voice, I'm a little froggy here. I seem to have caught something. I woke up with this voice, and I'm sorry. I know it's really difficult to listen to, but I'll try to make this video quick so you don't have to listen to this frog in my throat. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. All right, excellent, excellent, very good. You definitely understand hierarchy, that's for sure. So in your first example here, let me see something here. Is this a PDF? It's a PDF. It's a JPEG, so I can't check the size, but it looks like, okay, don't forget your size, 5 by 15 with 5 by 5 inch squares and a 1 inch margin between. That setup is covered in the course announcements. By the way, did you take a look at the course announcements? Really, really robust stuff this week. There's 5 videos in here, and there's just a bunch of information on not only hierarchy, but use of the grid as well. So you definitely want to go through this if you haven't already done so. I can guarantee you're going to come out of this with a much, much greater understanding and appreciation of grid and hierarchy than you've ever had before. Really, really complete stuff in this announcement. Okay. Let's go and take a look at your work. Now, you're using a grid, and I can see that by your equal margins. You have set up the margins, and that's fantastic. A lot of students are making a mistake of using the outside margin as the basis for their grid. And as we know, that's a mistake. The first thing that you should do is set up an interior margin. That interior margin is going to create the grid within the margin that you set for the document. This is a 5 by 5 document with a, gosh, what is that? With a 1 inch margin all the way along, right? So, so we can see that the margin fits within the, the grid fits within the interior margin beautifully. So if you start placing accordingly, you're going to have this wonderful margin as a kind of a padding for the document. And the way you do that is you just go into InDesign, and this is covered in the video, but when you set up in InDesign, when you go to layout and go to create guides, you'll see this dialog box, and this options you want to fit guide to margins, not to page. Okay, and that's going to set that up beautifully for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at your work. First, the first composition shows no contrast in size or weight, but this one is asking for hierarchy based on grouping. So what you could do here is just make a separation between 1969 vet and the rest of the stuff, or Camaro and the rest of the stuff. So move that up, move that down, and you'll have your hierarchy set up on grouping only. All right. Then in your second, you want to add one new size, one new weight. You've got this wonderful grouping right here. You've got a new size here and a new weight here. So this is fantastic. Really, really great job. Then in third, we have multiple contrasts in weight and scale. Outstanding stuff here. Little bit of alignment issues right through here. This is kind of not a whole lot of structure right through here. So you might consider recomposing this area right here. We've got, this is left aligned right here, but this is left aligned, and it's also kind of placed right in the middle. So that's a little bit strange right there. And then in your fourth, we have multiple contrasts in scale, weight, cropped image, and car, bleeding in 2 places. You've got multiple. Yeah, this one I think is really good compared to this one. This is gorgeous right here. Typography is gorgeous. Now, don't forget, this car has to be cropped. All right, so go take a look at the example. Car is cropped, right? You have to cut the background out of that car. You want to crop that car and make sure it bleeds in 2 places. But other than that, I think you're really, really, you're showing a wonderful understanding of hierarchy and for the most part, grid. But if you, I'd like to see a little bit more of a margin, a padding in your final submissions. Of course, the car will break the grid, so don't worry about that for the fourth composition. But those are my recommendations for your final submission. I think it's a great start. Good job. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. That's all I have, Trisha. All right. Yeah. Okay. So again, really important. If you have any questions, let me know. But I would like to see those recommendations reflected in your final submission coming up this Sunday. All right. Great. Thank you very much.